Hey guys, what's going on here? It is time for my very first game review. I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, what other kinds of stuff is this guy going to throw at us? Fear not. I have found that if I look for something hard enough and long enough, I'm going to find it. And what I've decided to do is find a game on Steam that is in kind of like the budget bracket that I haven't tried before, something that kind of piques my interest and something that I think might be fun to do. So I pick it up, play it, see how it plays, see how it responds, and then give you my opinions and thoughts of how this game is. What do we got for our very first one this week? We have got a game by Indomitus called In Verbis Virtus. It sounds like a Latin name, but I'll tell you what, this game may surprise you, so stick around and see what you think of this one. Okay, so what we have here is the title shot for In Verbis Virtus. This is by Indomitus Games. This was put out 2 years ago. So this isn't your very ultra modern AAA title, but this is something a little bit different that I wanted to give it a try. So we're going to go into here to the new game. We're going to start this from the beginning. These guys have a really good name for their company, Indomitus. And I wish I could learn how to pronounce that off the top of my tongue because it's a really cool sounding name for a company. So In Verbis Virtus starts you off out in literally the middle of nowhere. Where am I? Who am I? Where am I going? I have an amulet. I'd rather have a drink of water though. There's rocks around. Broken civilization. I kind of think this guy has absolutely no idea where he's at. So he passes out. And then he wakes up. And this is how the story of In Verbis Virtus starts. Even the loading screen's actually kind of cool, really. Okay, so Mr. No Name wakes up in the middle of the desert. I didn't read the full story on this, so I'm sure he probably has a name of some type. You can use this using the keyboard and mouse or joystick. I'm using my Afterglow Xbox 360 aftermarket controller, and it works fine. You pretty much have to go here. There's really nowhere else to go. Nowhere else really has anywhere to go because you run into invisible walls going back the other way. Now you can run using one of the buttons and jump using your A-pad. So we're just kind of jump over here, and then we'll jump over here. Yep, I've been through this part a couple times because I was trying to set up the recording for this. Hold left shift or gamepad left shoulder while moving forward to run. Yep, I knew that. And sure enough, in like Indiana Jones type fashion, you come up to a temple. So let's go inside the temple and see what's inside. Examine the inscription, look at it closely, and press E or gamepad X. Okay, I'm assuming these things. Ooh. Okay, I hope they have a license for these fireworks. Another one, and poof. And there's another one over here, so it's kind of run over here, and poof. Thank goodness you're not wearing anything flammable. And poof. Okay, so we got, oh, there's another one over there. Poof. And doors aren't opening. Okay. All the stones lit up. But there's actually one that's missing. And you kind of have to look over here to find it. because it's on its side. Poof. And now the door's open. Your journal has been updated. Da, 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 da. And thanks. We're closed in. Okay, fine. We'll truck on down. The graphics in this game are actually really pretty. So I have no complaints about this. And you stand on these circles of remembrances to save the game. So you step on it and it makes your screen flash. So save over this and boom, game saved. And you come over here and you check your map. X is where you are. And then it kind of tells you parts of things where you need to go to. Exactly what these symbols are, it's not really clear. So what I found is that you trek through these caverns. And we'll just kind of run through. And go. Oh, can't go that way. Ooh, that one's a glowy thing. Okay. And we come upon a temple or shrine or something. And this game kind of gives you that eerie, kind of otherworldly type presence. Okay, so here is the mechanic about this game. You not only have to move around, but you actually have to cast spells using your voice. This is where the microphone comes in really super handy. So as you read this, you'll notice that there is a word or a phrase that's highlighted. In this case, so it tells you how to say it. In this case, Lume Tial. And the way you have to do it is you have to, well, let me activate this. And when you go to these tablets, you have to kind of go around the back of them and do the one for the storyline too. One of the first lessons to pilgrims was the evocation of light. This to remind them that first they all must be the bearers of truth and illuminate where darkness hides the created with falsity. Falsity? Really? Is that a word? Okay. Okay, so now we got that. So now check our spell. We hold down our right trigger. We'll go Lume Tial. Okay. Lume Tial. Lume Tial. There we go. Sometimes you have to do it like 2 or 3 times just to get just right. And I have a palm beacon, basically. And light your way as you go around. And that thing just stole my light. Oh, see how it is. Lume Tial. Lume Tial. Lume Tial. Guess you have to do it 2 or 3 times just to get it right. Running, running, running. We're going around the caves. Okay. I'm going to douse this for just a second. You have to get through this room. But it's like really super dark. So what do? Lume Tial. Lume Tial. Lume Tial. Okay. Why is it always 3rd time's the charm with this thing? So the microphone's a little tricky. So if you have a microphone with good pickup, then you'll have no problems with this. This is why you need the light. Because otherwise you fall in this room constantly and eventually you will die. So you get through the room with your palm beacon. And you notice the gameplay is really nice and smooth. Now, keeping in mind, this isn't a modern machine. I'm running a 7700K with GTX 1070, but with this game being 2 years old, you're not going to need that much hardware in order to run this game. So we'll douse our light. And wow. Okay, Indomitus. I will definitely give you props for atmosphere in the game. Okay. This is beautiful. So go down. And you can run if you want to. Just hold down the shoulder button and whoosh. And I would always say that if you're going to be in a game that's going to have a lot of puzzles, save and save often. So we'll run through this and we'll hit, there we go. Okay. Now here comes the fun part. You have to get over there. How do you get over there? Oh! You gotta jump on rocks. And you know, I think that's actually the fastest I have ever gotten across that. I have died on a number of attempts getting across this thing. Okay. Beam of light. So this is different from Lume Tial, which is your palm beacon, basically. This creates a beam of light. So, of course, we'll go back here, and we'll do the lore of it also. And this gives you a story, a ray of light, why you have the Ectolume. Okay, so once you get past that, you have got to get from here over to there. How do you get across? Ectolume. Oh, look at that. And there you go. And there's another one. And we'll let that activate. And you can either let the spell die out and recast it, or just do like I'm doing here and just kind of repurpose it over into each of the three directions and then turn it off. And what this does, it puts 3 rocks in the right positions. So you just jump, 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 jump. Okay. Lume Tial. Lume Tial. There we go. Now, I happen to know from first-hand experience there's going to be something coming around this corner, so we're going to change weapons here. Ectolume. And you really kind of need that to get through there. You seriously do. Otherwise, you are going to die. Ectolume. I hear something fuzzing around. Okay. That's kind of interesting. They created little lights up there. Okay, so now what do you do? That's of no help. Looks like there's another map over here. Okay, so you have to get from point A to point B. Okay, fair enough. How do you get from point A to point B? So it looks like there's this way. That's all floaty stuff down there. there's no light beams or anything. Huh. Ecto Lume. And shining over there doesn't do any good. Shining it down there doesn't do any good. Oh, snap. Well, this is as far as I've gotten in this game, so this is definitely a thinking person's type of game overall. If you like a lot of puzzles, this is pretty much right up your alley. Okay, so as I say, this game was put out by Indomitus 2 years ago, so the requirements are not stringent at all. As you can see here on the screen, I pulled this up from the Steam store page. Recommended OS is Windows 7 or 8, so if you have Windows 10, you're pretty much ahead of the curve already. 2.4 gigahertz quad-core processor, well, who doesn't have that nowadays? I mean, come on, even an i5 2600 would have more than that. 4 gigabytes of RAM. Who has 4 gigs or less nowadays? Seriously? You have at least 8 or 16, this isn't a problem. For AMD, Radeon HD 6000 series or higher, or on the NVIDIA side, GeForce 400 series or higher with a minimum of 1 gig dedicated memory. If you don't have at least 1 gig of a graphics card in 2017, either your budget's like really super tight or you are running on a very old machine, really should upgrade. Nothing against old hardware, but you know, reasonably modern PCs will have no problems running this game whatsoever. It takes only 4 gigs of available storage space, so it's very light. It's very easy on the hard drive, so you won't have any space issues while installing this game. So that in a nutshell is how this is what In Verbis Virtus runs like. It is a good game. I mean, I must say I'm rather impressed with it because it's very much a thinking game. You have to really think your way through the puzzles in this game. There is no real obvious solution to a lot of these puzzles because a lot of these took me a little while to figure out. The only problem I had with this game was it didn't recognize my Blue Snowball microphone right away. So I had to kind of dig around in the Steam forums to find out what exactly was going to be the cure for this issue. I did find a page. I will link it in the video description below as far as some things you can try in case your camera is not in case your microphone is not recognized by this game, because you can tell if it's not recognized because it'll say no available inputs. Once you have something available, it will show it. So you just pick it, you choose, I would crank it up to 100% to make sure that the game can hear you. It's fairly easy for the game to recognize what your voice is saying. So, it's pretty easy to get the commands out. So as far as a unique standpoint, I think this game really does well. It is really cheap right now. You can get it for less than $10 on Steam. Even with all the stuff that comes with it, you get there's like a soundtrack and some other goodies that come along with it. So the game is very cheap. So if you want to pick something up that doesn't cost a whole lot of money, then I would say it's worth picking up. So what score would I give my first review of 2017? Actually, probably my first game review ever. So on my scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a 7 out of 10. It's above average in my opinion. It's not exactly earth-shattering because it isn't a modern AAA title like what you would expect. The graphics are good. The sound is well done. The controls are good because you can do either a keyboard and mouse or you can do a joypad, and it works well either way. So I would say give this a shot, see what you think, see if you like this kind of thinking person's type of game. If you like this video, if it was helpful at all for you, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. It's right over there. If you haven't already and you like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's down in the opposite corner. As always, comments and feedback are always welcome. I always love talking to the people who stop by and give this a watch and see what they think. And stick around for some more content. Until next time, as I always say, live a little random every day, and you never know what something's going to come around that may just catch your interest. Don't pass something up just because it's cheap. It may actually be a hidden gem that you just haven't found. Catch you next time.